The drama begins with a sunrise in the morning, where a girl removes cardboard from her window and looks outside, where a schoolgirl is quietly going to school, and a red line is passing over her head. At the same time, a man sitting in a car who has many red lines on his head is repeatedly asking the schoolgirl, whose name is Seo, "Get inside my car. I am your uncle." Seo refuses and walks ahead. After a while, this girl sees a girl in front of her building, who also has many red lines on her head. This girl, Yoon, has recently shifted here and says, "Hello," but that girl quickly closes the door and sits inside. This girl's name is Shin, who is the female lead of this drama. While watching TV, Shin reveals, "Since childhood, I have been able to see red lines on everyone's head. I don't understand what this is. I used to see 2 lines on my father's head, which she had drawn." The meaning of this red line is that the number of lines equals the number of sex partners, which means her father was having an affair with someone else even after marriage. As soon as her mom found out, she stabbed his dad with a knife in anger and ran away from there. Shin had seen everything and understood, whenever the red lines appear, someone will die. So she wanted to stop seeing the red lines. Therefore, she started keeping her eyes closed. She tried to jump from the roof to die, to cut her hand many times, but it was of no use. Her wounds would heal on their own, and now she was left all alone in the whole world, hoping to find out, why do I see this red line and how can I get rid of it? Just then, the doorbell rings. The girl from across the hall has come, who repeatedly asks Shin, "Open the door." She wants to be friends with her, but Shin doesn't give any reply. So after a while, that girl leaves fruits and goes from there. Shin picks up the fruits and after some time starts eating them. In the next scene, we see Seo's uncle, who is a police officer, and his name is Juk, and he has come late today. His senior is scolding him a lot. Juk says, "I was busy taking care of my niece." Just then, another officer sitting there asks, "Well, who will take care of her after you get married?" And everyone starts laughing. After a while, Juk goes inside with a female colleague, who invites him to a wedding, but he refuses. And in this way, it is shown that Juk has many sex partners, and he has had physical connections with many people. In the next scene, we come to a school in Korea, where we meet a bully named Kim, who is a very mischievous and bully girl, and is bullying Seo a lot on the roof. Kim kicks her and says, "Why didn't you bring the money? And how dare you tell the police about us?" Kim threatens her, "Don't think that we will be scared just because your uncle is a cop," and beats her a lot. Juk, on the other hand, has come to a crime location where a girl has died, who used to live alone. It had been a long time since her boyfriend left her. A search of the entire house reveals that she used to order food from a restaurant every day, and the house is also quite clean. Just then, a neighbor reported that, last night a man wearing a helmet had entered her house. It might be a food delivery boy. Everyone's suspicion falls on him. How to find the killer. But the investigation also reveals that the girl did not order any food last night, so the man with the helmet might be the killer. Detective Dong stated that it has been a whole year since she separated from her boyfriend. In the next scene, we see Shin has ordered food for herself and is eating while watching TV. The same news about the girl's death is on TV, and it is being said a man in a helmet is suspected. Shin sees the man in the helmet, who has a single red line on his head. Shin finds it very strange because the males there have many sex partners. Shin sees the same man outside her building at night and gets very scared. The man enters the house of the girl across the hall. Shin quickly calls the police and says, "The same helmeted man you guys showed on TV has entered the house opposite mine." But he takes off his helmet and starts making love to that girl at night. Shin quickly cuts the call, and thus 2 red lines form on the man's head. The next day at school, Kim is looking for Seo because she didn't come today, and when weak children don't come, the bully's day is quite boring because in Korean schools they beat weak children every day. They don't find peace until they have a fight. She breaks her locker, takes out her things and checks them, and reads her love letter out loud in the class, making fun of her in front of everyone. Here, Juk is resting at home after being tired. Seo has arrived. Juk asks, "Why didn't you go to school?" Seo is asking him for money. Juk says, "Tell me where the money I gave you before went." Seo demands, "Give it to me." Juk, seeing her injured face, asks, "What happened to you? Tell me." But Seo closes the door without saying anything. Juk's eyes then fall on Shin's house, whose entire window is covered with cardboard. He calls the police station to find out where the call came from last night, and it was from Shin's house. That's why he reaches her house and says, "Open the door, you called the police station yesterday." Now Shin sees so many lines on his head, which makes her think he is definitely a playboy. He says, "I am a detective. You called, that's why I came to ask." Just then, a man living upstairs comes down and says, "Sir, this girl never comes out, nor does she meet anyone." Juk says, "Okay, if you saw anything last night, you can tell me." Shin says, "It was a mistake. I thought he was the killer, but they were a couple." Juk looks at her and thinks her age is quite young. So he asks, "You don't go to school? Where are your parents?" And Shin closes the door. The next night, a delivery boy comes again, who is peeking inside Shin's house, and there is a red line on his head. On the other hand, we see Seo. When she doesn't get money from her uncle, she has come to the market outside, and Kim is repeatedly messaging her, "Bring the money and come to school." Seo is scared, thinking, what to do now? Just then, she sees a woman with money. Perhaps this woman got her salary from the office today, so she is going home counting it, and Seo follows her to snatch the money. Just then, her plan fails due to some people arriving. The case is progressing at the police station. Dong informs that the dead girl's boyfriend, whose name was Yongsik, is a school teacher. The address has also been found. He lives near Juk's house. Looking at the photo, it is revealed that he is the same man who was telling Juk about Shin. "Sir, this girl never comes out." Juk has remembered everything. Just then, he gets a call, and he has to rush straight to the hospital from here because his dad is admitted in the hospital, and he was about to jump from the rooftop, but was somehow saved. Here, Detective Dong has gone to Jongsik's house for investigation. The whole house is painted red. He tells everything to Juk on call. Just then, Jongsik attacks him and leaves from there wearing a helmet in search of a new victim. Shin sees everything and picks up a knife and goes out of the house. She has come out of the house after a long time, so as she descends the stairs, she feels dizzy, falls on the road, and faints. Just then, she sees an illusion of her mom, whose hands are drenched in blood, calling her to her side. This could be the scene from the time when her mom took her dad's life. On the other side, the girl across the hall opens the door, thinking that today again her boyfriend has come wearing a helmet to make love. But this is Yongsik, and this girl, recognizing him, says, "What are you doing here?" And the surprising thing is that Yongsik can also see the red line. He starts hitting the girl in anger. Shin comes there and says, "Let her go." Yongsik asks, "What will you do? Kill me?" Shin stands there, trembling with fear. Yongsik stabs her in the stomach with that knife and starts hitting that girl. But that girl pushes him and runs to pick up Shin, and Yongsik starts looking for his glasses. But outside, Juk has arrived, who sees Shin's glasses on the road and goes to give them to the apartment. His head spins, seeing strange photos all over the house. Just then, he sees the scene of the opposite house from the window. Jongsik has almost killed that girl, but just then Shin gets up and stabs Jongsik in the legs with a knife, and then attacks him and takes his life. No matter how much she gets hurt, her wound heals on its own. This means she is immortal. Meanwhile, the red lines are disappearing from Jongsik's head. Shin also notices this, and in a short while the police arrive and start looking into the matter. Shin is thinking one thing. Did Jongsik also see the red line? After the police leave, Juk asks, "Who was that man? Do you know him?" But Shin leaves from there without saying anything. Juk comes home in the morning, and Seo says, "If you have come to give me money, that's good. Otherwise, get out of my house." Juk asks, "Am I your ATM? Tell me what happened at school." Seo says, "What will happen by telling? Will anything change? The last time I told you, you did nothing and suddenly disappeared. After that, I was beaten even more." Juk gets very upset hearing this, and Seo asks, "What were you doing with Shin?" Juk asks, "How do you know that girl with the glasses?" Seo tells him, "She used to be my classmate before, but her mom killed her dad and ran away. Since then, Shin doesn't come to school." Here we find out her age is also young. She's also a schoolgirl, and today, she's sitting without her glasses looking at the whole city. All she can see are empty red lines. Just then, a message arrives. "What you see, I see too. Come to my high school. We will find a solution together." In the next scene, we see a school teacher named Jin, who is quite beautiful in appearance. Because of this, she is very popular in the school. Here, Shin has removed the cardboard from her house since that incident and thinks, "Should I fix everything? Should I live normally? Should I go out of the house? Should I see the world?" Meanwhile, in the school, we see Seo, who has come to school today, and everyone is speaking ill of her. On top of that, Kim is also making fun of her by reading her love letter out loud in class. And Seo, hearing all this, attacks her in anger. A fight breaks out between the two girls. They fight fiercely. Kim hits Seo a lot. Then Jin comes here and stops them from fighting and forbids them from fighting in school. She says, "If you do this in school, it will not be good for you people," but not to both, only to Seo. Yes, in her eyes, it is Seo's fault. After school, while going home, Seo looks at her locker in an empty classroom, in which a pair of glasses is kept. And these glasses belong to the same teacher who was hitting the girls in the previous scene, whom Shin had killed. On the other hand, we see Juk, still looking at the case. Dong says, "Why are you looking at the file now? The killer is dead, so the case is over." But Juk wants to know why that man killed the girls in the first place, because he had no mental problem, nor was he a psychopath. So why would someone kill anyone without a reason? This is a very big question for Juk. Dong says, he was a teacher and knew those girls beforehand. And Juk is not satisfied with this. He reaches Jongsik's house. He sees red lines all over the house. On the other hand, Seo comes home and is looking at herself in the mirror wearing those glasses. A red line appears on her head because she has only one sex partner. Now, she doesn't understand what this red line is. She even tries to catch it. Just then, Juk arrives, and seeing the entire shower of red lines on his head, she gets scared and runs away from the house. Shin sees her running from outside the house. SEO has come to the market, and seeing lines on everyone, she is shocked, wondering, what on earth is this? The next day, Juk again asks her to go to school, but Seo refuses after seeing so many lines and tells him to go himself. She has understood by now why these lines appear after all. When she comes to school, everyone here has quite a few lines on their heads. The schoolgirls have 10 lines each on their heads. Kim also has 2 lines on her head. One line is straight, and the other line is connecting to someone. That is, they are both active right now. And this is a teacher, meaning Kim has a sexual relationship with a teacher. SEO is shocked to learn this. And today, Gujin introduces a new student in their class, and this is Yul, who is a very shy girl, doesn't talk much either. On the other hand, we see Juk, who is looking at Yongsuk's photo. In the photo, he is wearing glasses, but no glasses were found at home. And no glasses were found among his belongings either. So in search of the glasses, he goes straight to the school. Gujin says, "You are Juk, right? You are very handsome." Juk says, "I am Seo's uncle, and I have come here to talk to you about something." Gujin says, "Seo is a mentally ill girl. She does strange things." Juk is sad to know everything and says, "I couldn't raise her well." Then he says, "I have come to talk about Yongsuk," and asks about his glasses. Maybe I can find those glasses in the school. But Gujin tells him, no one wore glasses in the school. Meanwhile, Seo is again being beaten by Kim today, badly on the roof, for not bringing money. Yul comes and tries to stop Kim. Kim says angrily, "Oh, you'll team up with the new student to fight me?" Then she starts hitting Yul too. She even hangs her down from the roof. Yul says, "If I fall, I'll take you with me." Kim gets very scared and runs away from there. Then Seo and Yul become friends here. Seeing Juk leaving the school, Seo thinks, why did he come to my school in the first place? From here, Juk goes straight to a bar, where Yongsuk used to always come and go. A waiter tells him, yes, Yongsuk used to come here and he wore strange glasses and kept counting strange lines on our heads. Juk notes all this down. Just then, there is a girl sitting there who is impressed by Juk's diary and offers him to spend the night. Juk also follows her to her room. Now, we have understood why there are so many lines on his head, because he doesn't miss a single opportunity. At night, while going home, Seo sees Kim, who has come to a hotel at night to spend the night with a teacher. Seo secretly takes their photos and videos. Then we understand why Kim is so influential in school. Why doesn't anyone report on her? Seo sends her the photo with the teacher from the hotel. But Kim is not scared at all because she is a small child, not an adult. She believes that since she is young, who will get into trouble? The teacher. The next day, the photo also reaches the teacher. Seo asks him for money, otherwise she will make the photo viral. After school, Seo and Yul are going home. Seo plans that she will take money from the teacher and move to a new house to start a new life. Yul asks, what happened? Why are you going to a new place? Don't you have a family? Where did they go? Seo says, no, I don't have any family. Here, Kim and the teacher are both scared. Kim says, Seo is doing all this. You will be the one to get trapped because I am just a little girl. The teacher starts yelling at her in anger. Now, after getting the glasses, Seo has started taking advantage of them. She blackmails 2 or 4 more teachers in the same way for money. And one day, while taking off her glasses and washing her face in the washroom, she sees Yul. Yul asks, what happened? You don't have any problem with your eyes, then why do you wear glasses? Seo says, no, my eyes are bad. In the meantime, Yul says, I know you can see red lines. I can see them too. Seo asks, oh, what are these? Tell me, how many are on my head? Yul says, you have 1 on your head, but I see 2 lines on Kim's head because she is having an affair with a teacher. Yul asks, where did you get the glasses from? Seo says she found them in the locker. Yul tells her about the owner of the glasses, who died in the earlier scenes, was a teacher, and you already know about him, and it's not right to wear these glasses. It can cause a lot of harm. But Seo doesn't listen to her and leaves with the glasses. After school, Seo asks Yul, if these glasses have so many harmful things, then how can I get rid of them? Yul says, I don't know, but these glasses become the reason for someone's death, and death is associated with them. There, the teacher is scared looking at the photo. Now what will happen? He then calls Seo. Here we see Seo has come to her boyfriend's house to spend the night with him. Just then, the teacher says to come and take the money from him on the school roof. Hearing this, Seo's life is full of fun. She thinks she will make her boyfriend live a very luxurious life, but Kim is following her because she had secretly listened to her and Yul's conversation in the washroom and had found out about the power of the glasses, what they are like, and that red lines are also visible after wearing them. She secretly goes and steals the glasses. After a while, when Seo doesn't find the glasses, she gets worried and starts searching everywhere. Panicked, she starts shouting at Yul, "You must have stolen my glasses. Give them back to me. Right now I'm going to school to get the money, but if you don't give me the glasses, I won't spare you." But the glasses are with Kim. She is wearing them and wandering around and is quite shocked to see red lines on everyone's head because this is a completely different world, and just then, someone kidnaps her and takes her away. CO has come to the roof. The teacher doesn't have money but tells his family's story. "What will happen to my wife and children if they find out about me? My home will be broken, my job will be gone, I might even go to jail. So please delete the photo." SEO laughs and says, "Oh, so when Kim used to bully me, beat me, you used to watch with great amusement." So the teacher says sorry to her, but CO keeps asking him for money. But just then, the photo has reached the teacher's wife. She is very angry. "You cheated on me. That too with your student." The teacher asks, "Why did you send the photo to my wife?" SEO says, "No, I didn't send any photo to your wife." We see Yul running towards the school because she knows that the glasses are cursed. Then she sees Seo falling from above. Seo falls down and dies because those glasses are cursed, and whoever has them, whoever is their owner, whoever comes in contact with them, their death is certain because these red lines are connected to murder, blood, all these things. Yul comes running to her. Actually, this is really Shin, who had gotten a haircut and taken admission in the school. SEO is quickly taken to the hospital. Juk comes there and asks Shin, "What were you guys doing at school?" Shin says, "I don't know why Seo went to school at night, and I ran after her to find her." But here, Shin is sure that she didn't fall, but someone pushed her. The next day, the principal is shouting at the whole school, "You people can't take care of the children? And where is our Korean teacher gone?" Now, the Korean teacher is the same one who was having an affair with Kim and who had called Seo to meet on the roof. On the other hand, we see Shin coming to class. Today, Kim is also absent from school. The children are gossiping that Seo jumped from the roof and Kim is also missing now. It's not going to be fun at school at all. Today is going to be a very boring day. Here, teacher Gu Jin is very sad. Because she is Seo's class teacher, she is blaming herself that if she had cared for her, she wouldn't have jumped from the roof. And the Korean teacher is also missing. Today, everyone is asking where the Korean teacher has gone. Here, we meet a new character. His name is Jung, and he teaches here. But he has now quit his job. So, a teacher asks, "What happened? Why are you leaving your job? Weren't you going to invite us to your wedding in a week?" He says, "No, I have canceled the wedding and I will go to Canada in a week." Then, picking up his luggage, Jung comes to his sister's house. Her condition is very bad. She does housework all day, takes care of the child, and her husband doesn't come home for 4 or 5 days at a time. In the next scene, we see Shin and Juk, who are at the hospital with Seo. The next day at school, Shin has come to the same place from where Seo fell and died. There, a little girl comes and says, "I think Kim must have pushed Seo because she used to bully her all day long. And since Seo fell, look, Kim is also missing. Seo died. There will be a funeral, right? I will come too." Shin says, "Shut your nonsense. She is not dead. She is still alive." As she is passing by, the class president's glasses look somewhat familiar to her. Shin asks where he got them from and puts them on to check, but the S line is not visible in them. They are normal glasses. Meanwhile, in the office, Young has found a pair of glasses. He asks Gujin, "Are these your glasses?" Gujin says, "No, they are not mine. You wear them. You will look very good wearing them." Then he wears them and starts seeing the lines. At first, he doesn't understand why he is seeing these lines. Meanwhile, Jung has come to the school, and Gujin apologizes to him, saying that despite being Seo's class teacher, she couldn't take good care of her. Juk says it's okay, but he thinks she was pushed. He asks for the names of those who bullied her. Gujin tells him that she didn't come to school today. Juk then reaches her boyfriend by looking at the wallpaper on Seo's phone. He asks him who he is and how he knows Seo. At first, the boy denies it, but after seeing the photo, he accepts and says that Seo forced him and took him to a hotel room so that she could have a physical relationship with him there. Juk asks, "So you did that?" The boy says, "We did go, and we also kissed. I was stopping her too, but she was very hungry." Actually, this is not Seo's boyfriend. He studies in her class, whom Seo liked, and she forcibly took him to a hotel room to be physical with him. Juk asks him, "Tell me more, what else was she doing?" He remembers and says that she had lost something, and then while searching for it, she suddenly ran off somewhere. Juk checks the store's CCTV from where he sees Kim running away with Seo's bag, and then she took out the glasses and was going away wearing the glasses. Then he follows her through the CCTV and sees that she had disappeared into some dark place. Here, Jung is at home at night and is looking while wearing the glasses. His brother-in-law has connections in 35 places on his head. His sister also has 2 or 4. The brother-in-law asks him, "What happened, little brother? Why did you cancel the wedding?" Jung says, "Because she used to sleep with someone else while being with me." Both then come down from the building for a man-to-man talk, but Jung's gaze was not moving from his brother-in-law's red line. The drunk brother-in-law presses the wrong button in the lift, the 4th floor, but they live on the 6th floor. But his lines were connecting to some apartment on that 4th floor. Now, when do they connect? When we have a relationship with them. So, it means he didn't press the wrong floor. He was drunk, so he pressed the right floor. He goes to the 4th floor, but he lives on the 6th. But some girlfriend of his lived on the 4th, so he used to go to her. On the other hand, Juke is arguing with his senior because he was not writing the case, nor was he investigating it. They think that she is a schoolgirl. She jumped from the roof, but Juke is confident that someone pushed her. By the next day, Young had seen all the teachers' affairs in the school. Whether male or female, everyone had 15 to 20 lines going over their heads. But there isn't a single line on Gujin. Now Young asks, Gujin, if your partner cheats on you, what will you do? Gujin says, I will just watch and enjoy it. So, in the evening, when Young comes home with his sister and her daughter, there is a courier box outside, which was for the 4th floor. So Young comes to the 4th floor to give it, and this is the same apartment to which his brother-in-law's S-line was connecting. Just then, a girl comes out of the lift. He hides, and she takes the things and goes inside. She also has a lot of lines on her head, and she is having an affair with Young's brother-in-law. He used to come here at night. By the next day at school, the photo of Kim and the teacher outside the hotel has gone viral. The truth has come out in front of everyone, and the teacher's dead body is found in the parking lot inside their car. A letter is also found written that he is taking his life due to shame. The body has been lying here for 3 days, it is being said, but Juk doesn't believe it. He believes that the car is not parked properly, meaning someone killed him and brought him here. Here, Shin is going home with another girl. Just then, Juk comes out and tells Shin to come and sit in the car. The girl with her says, will you harass a girl? Should I call the police? Juk shows his ID and says, I am the police, tell me what happened. Then Juk asks Shin about those glasses because previously, that killer also had those glasses. Now Kim has stolen those glasses because they were with Seo. What is the secret of those glasses? Shin says, first, bring the glasses to me, then I will tell you what its secret is. Here, Young's brother-in-law is impressing a girl half his age with a necklace. He calls and asks, brother-in-law, where are you? He says, I am in a meeting, son. I am busy right now. Then night falls, and in the hotel room, there are red lines all around. Young catches his brother-in-law red-handed and starts beating him. The brother-in-law says, please don't tell your sister. Please don't tell. I will explain to her. Don't you worry. I will leave all this. I will mend my ways. He says, okay, mend your ways because I am leaving from here tomorrow. And the next day, Young is going to Canada. Packing his things, he asks on his way out, sister, where's your husband? Did you talk to him? Sister says, he is always like this. He will come after 4 or 5 days now. Don't you worry, you go well. Young then comes to school to get his things, but then he sees a photo of his brother-in-law's girlfriend on Instagram of her pregnancy. And seeing this, his mind goes crazy. It means now they are both going to dump his sister together. He runs out onto the road and sees his sister hitting his brother-in-law's girlfriend's car. The brother-in-law also comes. Young gets up and starts hitting the brother-in-law, but his sister stops him, saying, let it go, it's okay. Meanwhile, Juk is worried. What are these glasses? What is all this going on? So he goes to Seo's room and investigates. He finds a diary of Seo in which she has drawn many red lines. He shows it to Shin and asks what this is. So Shin tells him what this is. She tells him, this appears when we have a physical relationship with someone. Shin has told Juk everything about the glasses and also tells him that Seo might have been blackmailing someone because of the glasses. And that's why that person might have killed Seo. In the next scene, we see Shin. The lines are seen disappearing from Seo's head. This means Seo has died. So Shin screams and wakes up in the class, but this is her dream. Her friends ask her why she screamed and what happened, but she doesn't say anything. Then a boy named Jinseo, who secretly likes Shin a lot, asks Shin, why don't we go for a walk somewhere after school? But Shin refuses, saying that she has started a part-time job, so it's not possible for her to go out. On the other hand, we meet a new character again. This is Rari, who is an employee of this school, and she is being scolded for not working. Rari also has a pair of glasses, in which she can see S-lines. Her senior has no lines on his head. His age is also quite old, so Rari thinks to herself, has he never had sex before? During lunchtime, everyone is eating. Just then, Rari says, I will quit this job soon and become an actress. Just then, everyone's eyes get stuck on the music teacher, who is tall and quite handsome. They start talking about him. How handsome the music teacher is. We should ask him for a date. He won't be single, I don't think so. Rari, who already wants to have sex with the music teacher, is smiling a lot to herself. Then at night, we see Rari wearing a wig outside a hotel. On the other hand, we see Juk, who is explaining to Dong that everything is happening because of the glasses, and by wearing those glasses, we can see who has had sex with whom. Meanwhile, Shin is at her job. At night, she manages the hotel. Just then her friends come and are asking her to check in. Shin says, now what are you guys doing here? You can't come, you guys are still minors. A girl says, you are also a minor, what are you doing here? Then Shin lets them in. A friend is pushing Shin towards Jinseo because she knows that he likes her but can't say it. Just then, Rari enters, having come to check into this same hotel. Shin's friend, upon seeing her, says, "I have seen this girl somewhere. I can't remember where I saw her." Then we see Rari, who comes into the room and starts saying, "I have had sex with many people, but I don't enjoy it. I just want to do it with the music teacher." And after spending the night at the hotel, she starts to leave in the morning. Shin's friend sees her leaving and says, "I remember now. She comes to our school. She works there." Rari then comes home and puts on her glasses and starts looking at the red lines. We see Juk reading Shin's file, where he finds out about Shin that when she was little, she told her mother through her drawing that her father was having an affair with her aunt. And after that, her mother killed her husband, that is, Shin's dad. From here, he then goes to the hospital with Shin and starts asking how many lines are on SEO, because this is a private life, right? So Shin doesn't tell. She says, "I will not tell all these things," but she does say that whoever Seo's line connects with is definitely not from our school. Juk asks, "Do you think anyone else could have such glasses?" Shin says, "I don't know." But the next day, Shin sees a criminal on TV who has the same glasses, and here it becomes clear that many such glasses are spread all over Korea. Then we see Rari, having come to the music teacher in search of her physical pleasure. They have a normal conversation, but by the end, their red lines are seen connecting. This could mean that they both have sexual feelings for each other, and both are ready to sleep with each other. Here, Jinseo brings Shin with him to the swimming pool after school. Shin has jumped into the water and is sitting inside. Jinseo gets worried and jumps in to save her. Both then come out and start eating noodles. Shin says, "I see lines on people." Jinseo asks, "What kind? Are there such lines on me? Look and tell me." Shin says, "No, there are no lines on either of us." Meanwhile, a lady has come to the police station who knows Juk and is saying hi and hello. Dong asks, "Is she your girlfriend? Did you have a one-night stand with her?" Juk denies it. Dong says, "Yes, look at our work too, how busy we are. Where can we find time for a woman?" Juk then says, "I want to know about teacher Gu Jin." Here, Rari has come to the hotel again today. She books the same room, and Shin, while cleaning, overhears her talking. Rari is talking to herself. "I sleep with different men every day, but I don't get satisfaction. What is happening to me? And I always come to this room because there is a hole in this room through which she enjoys watching couples having sex in the room next door." And today, the music teacher enters that same room with another girl. Rari is shocked, but this was just the beginning. Both then passionately carry out their act. The girl says to the teacher, "We will meet again tomorrow at this place, at this time." The teacher says, "Okay, we will definitely meet." But the next day, Rari has mixed drugs in the water kept in the room and is ready on the way with a weapon. As soon as that girl comes, she beats her up, wears her clothes, and reaches the room herself to have sex. But the music teacher has recognized her and said, "How did you get here?" But Rari has to have sex with him. She keeps on saying it again and again. But the teacher starts to leave, so Rari attacks him. The teacher is already intoxicated from drinking the drugged water. On top of that, he gets injured and falls. Rari picks him up and brings him to the bed, gets on top of him, and sees that a lot of blood is now coming out of the teacher's head. But Rari starts having sex with a dying person, and she feels like she should do it quickly, otherwise he will die. But that's what happens. After some time, the teacher dies, and Rari also goes to the bathroom, cuts her hand, and dies. When Shin comes to clean, she finds the same girl who was injured, and then she tells her everything. She brings her to the room, and the scene here is something like this. Both are lying dead. The police are called. Juk asks Shin for the whole story. Shin tells everything, that this girl used to come here every day. Then Juk says, "The glasses are connected to this case." Shin says, "Yes, they are connected." Then Juk goes to Seo at the hospital. Then he comes to that hotel and starts emptying the bathtub water. And then he finds Rari's glasses, as if he knew that the glasses could be found there. He puts them on and looks at himself, and he is shocked. Then he runs to the hospital to see the lines on Seo's head, and there is one line that is going out and connecting to someone outside. Now, who is outside and to whom is it connecting? To see this, Juk runs from there. Next, we are shown a past, where we see Juk. When Seo's parents died, Seo was very young, so Juk started taking care of her and then raised her. But as she grew up, Juk's attention started to shift away from her because he was busy with work, and Seo also started taking care of herself. In the present, we see Juk sitting in the police station and looking at everyone's S-line because he has found the glasses. There are 2 lines on Dong's head, so he asks him, "Did you date anyone before marriage?" Dong says, "Yes, I dated one girl. After marriage, I never touched another woman." Juk is very surprised to hear this. Just then, Gina comes to the station, who is an idol trainee and can dance well. She says, "I have been raped." Juk has brought Seo's so-called boyfriend to the hospital to check the S-line, whether it connects to him or not. but it is not connecting to him. Then Juk says to him, "Okay, tell me this, did she have another boyfriend?" He says, "How would I know? This girl is crazy. She used to talk about killing Kim all day long because Kim used to bully her all day. I don't know about any other boy." Here, Shin is at home talking to her friend. Her birthday is coming up, so they are talking about that topic. Just then, she gets a message. "Come meet me at school. I can see the S line. And yes, happy birthday." Seeing this, Shin is very scared. Who is this who knows her birthday, because no one except her mom knows her birthday? The next day, coming to school, Shin is thinking, who sent her the message? Just then, her eyes fall on Gina, the same girl who had gone to the police station for a rape case. There are 4 S lines on her head, and Shin is very shocked to see her. After school, Gina comes to the police station to give a statement. She has a male best friend who considers her like his sister. His name is June, and he had called her to his apartment to meet, but he made Gina drink a lot. Gina had fainted right there, but when she woke up, she felt some change in her body. The cop asks, "Are you sure that something wrong was done to you?" Gina says, "Yes. Someone took off my clothes and put them on again so that I wouldn't know, but I understood." Juk and Dong, after hearing all this, both come to the school to meet June. Just then, they meet teacher Gu Jin. She says, "Juk, you look quite handsome in glasses." Juk says, "There is a student of yours named June. Where is he?" Then we meet June, this hero, who directly says, "I did nothing wrong with Gina. She is my sister." Juk says, "Then why did you make her drink?" He says, "We were drinking that day because we have a lot of stress from studying." June works as a backstage singer in a company. While going back, Shin sees Juk, takes his glasses and says, "This is dangerous, don't wear it." Juk says, "Wait, I am working on a case where these glasses are helping me a lot." Both start arguing. Just then, Gujin comes. Shin leaves from there. Juk says to Gujin, "Will you go on a date?" Gujin asks, "What did you say?" Juk says nothing and leaves from there. And here, one thing is revealed to us. Teacher Gujin can also see the S line, that too without glasses like Shin. From there, Juk has come to June's company to inquire what kind of boy he is, but here they don't tell him much about him. June has been called to the police station. He has shown his and Gina's chats in which normal brother-sister, friend-like talks were done. "Come home, we will have fun, we will talk." Then June is released. Then Juk calls Gina and her mother and asks, "Have you ever been physical with anyone?" Gina looks at her mom and flatly denies it. "No, I have never done anything with anyone to this day." But the surprising thing is that there are 4 lines on her head. So Juk starts thinking, there are 4 lines. Why is she lying to me? Juk had also called June outside and opens the door. If these two had done something, their S line would connect, but the S line doesn't connect. So June is completely proven innocent. Here at night, Juk comes home and Shin meets him. Both are talking about the glasses. Juk believes that the glasses can also be used for good work. Then he gives Shin a photo of her and her mom and says, "I know what happened in your past, don't blame yourself for it. It wasn't your fault. You didn't destroy your family." Shin asks, "By the way, which case are you working on?" Juk says, "I am working on Gina's rape case. Who is your classmate?" And from here, we are shown that day from the past when Shin was staring at Gina in class and thinking that just 2 days ago she was also a virgin. Now suddenly, where did all her 4 lines come from? How can a girl do it with 4 people in 2 days? And from here, it is confirmed to us that Gina has been physical. Here, Juk and Dong have both come to June's apartment to investigate to find some proof that something wrong was done here. Meanwhile, Shin has come to the same hotel where she used to work because she has come to see the room where Juk found the glasses inside that bathtub because he had told her. Just then, her friend Jinseo comes and asks, "Why have you come here?" And here both are joking around and suddenly they start kissing. On the other hand, Juk and Dong are still investigating June's apartment to see if they can find some proof from here. They had thrown some garbage, so Juk has brought it to the station because Juk's suspicion is on him. June says, "I didn't do anything." Moreover, Gina asked us for alcohol to drink. She sent us to the shop. You can check the CCTV camera if you want. And right there, we see June and his 3 friends. That is, a total of 4 people who had entered the apartment after coming out of that store. 2 of these boys had no lines on their heads, meaning they were both virgins, and the other 2 had lines on their heads. But when they were coming out of the apartment, an S line was formed on the heads of all 4 boys, which means they have done something inside the apartment. And they called that girl their sister, made her drink alcohol, and did wrong things with her. That's why she has 4 lines on her. She doesn't even know if one person did this to her or 4. Meanwhile, we see Gina in school. Her 3 lines are connecting to those 3 boys. This means these are the boys. They have a lot of S lines on their heads, from which we find out that they might have done this with girls before. Then, the police have picked them up, and one of them starts crying and says, "Please let me go home, I want to go home." Juk picks him up and brings him outside the same store from where they had bought the alcohol. He asks, "Where have you brought me?" and then starts running. But where will he go? He gets caught and just tells everything that June had planned at all. "I will call Gina first, and we will make her drink alcohol, and then we will do all this with her." And what those four did to her. June is still not ready to accept it, saying, "Bring proof that I made it happen or that I did all this." Juk says, "I have 3 witnesses." While going home, Juk then tells Shin everything about this case, that they have finally found the criminals. Shin asks, "What will happen now? Will they get punished, those people?" Juk says, "I don't know, let's see, because the law in Korea is very bad in this matter. If you are a minor, you don't get much punishment there." Shin then talks to Juk about the S line. "Why are there so many on your head?" She says, "If I had so many lines on my head, I would have died of shame." Juk says, "Stop making fun of me." Just then, Juk gets a call from someone and quickly rushes to the hospital because his dad has disappeared again. Checking the CCTV, it is found that some girl has taken him. Looking closely, it is revealed that this is teacher Gujin. Just then, he gets a message. Someone has made a video of Seo and sent it to him. He runs to the hospital to save her and sees that Seo is perfectly fine, but her S line is connecting to someone. Now Juk hides and sees who it is connecting to, and it is his dad to whom it is connecting. This means that his dad has been sexually assaulting Seo since childhood. Now seeing this, he gets very angry. Juk starts beating his father violently, asking, "Why did you come here and why did you do all this to her?" Then we are shown a girl who works in a cafe, and suddenly one day, her private video in which she is spending private time with her boyfriend, someone starts blackmailing her by messaging her and making very strange demands. When this girl is unable to fulfill the demand the next day, that blackmailer has made that video viral in her university. Coming home, she hides under a blanket and keeps crying, and later she finds out that it was her boyfriend who was blackmailing her. He first made such a video, and now he was blackmailing her by showing it. After this, the girl becomes very upset. She is not in her senses at all, and goes in front of a car to die, but just then, Gujin comes and saves her and asks what happened. And then she gives her a pair of glasses, the same glasses, and says to wear them. After wearing this, everything will change in your life. Now here we see Shin. She is with Jinseo, and both have come to a hotel room. Shin has brought him to the room so that she can be physical with him. Jinseo says, No, I can't do this." Shin says, "It's your choice, do it or not, but I want you to be the first person to touch me." Jinseo says, "Okay, but where will we get protection from?" Shin has come with full preparation. Then both make love fiercely here, and in this way, both their S lines get connected because both were virgins. Then Jinseo wants to take her to eat, but Shin says, "It's my last bus. If I miss it, I won't be able to go home." So Jinseo says, "Wait for 2 minutes, I'll be right back," and runs to get a cake for her. Shin is standing there, looking at herself in the mirror, and at her S line too, and she is feeling very good about it. Just then, the S line disappears because Jinseo has an accident behind her, and he dies due to a rod piercing his stomach. This scene is very tragic because Jinseo was a very good boy. This shouldn't have happened to him. He didn't deserve this. Shin gets very angry that she formed a relationship with him, and she took his life. "I shouldn't have done this." Shin is crying a lot. Just then, she gets a video in which her other friend has been tied up in school, and he is repeatedly calling her to the school. She quickly calls Juk and tells him that on every birthday someone sends her a gift. "I used to think my mom sent it because only she knows my birthday, but someone else sent it." Then she shows her friend's video, and both rush to the school to save her. Shin quickly rushes into the classroom and frees her friend, saying, "Let's go outside, Juk has come." When they come out, they see Juk is not there, but in the next scene, we are shown that Juk is right there. The school is the same, but he has gone into a mirror world. I mean, they are both in the same place, but can't see each other because he is in some other world, and they are both in some other world. For a long time, both search here and there is no use. Shin is stuck in a very bad place, just going around and around there. And Juk runs upstairs, opens the door forcefully, and goes to the roof. Just then, Shin hears the sound of the door from above, and she also goes up. But Juk is not here, but he is right there, but not visible. Juk is in a different world where many people are standing. From a scene in the past, it is shown that she had asked Gujin, "What happened? Why did you give me such bad glasses in which these S lines are visible?" Gujin says, "I changed your life. You were giving up your life, going to die. Now look, you can take anyone's life." Shin is telling her friend here, "I can see the S line." Her friend, wearing glasses, says, "Which S line? Like this one? I know you can see it without glasses too. Teacher Gujin told me." Now Shin gets angry after hearing all this and starts snatching the glasses from her because she knows that whoever has these glasses will be cursed. Their death is certain. In the other world, we see Gujin, who has countless S lines on her head. And today, she is killing Juk's dad because this old man has also done a very bad thing. But Juk tries to save him, but Gu-jin says, "Here, kill him." But when he doesn't agree, Gu-jin kills his father herself and picks up Juk and says, "Look, I am leaving you for this reason, so that you can take care of Seo." Shin hits her friend and breaks her glasses, and then she comes to her senses. Here it is also told that after wearing the glasses, teacher Gu-jin takes everyone under her control. Shin then gets up and reaches the other world where Juk is, and they start shouting. Gu-jin says, "Shin, you have spent your whole life thinking that you are unlucky, but no. These S lines are visible because of good deeds. You can do good work with it." Shin says that people die because of it, so what good can come of it? Then everyone together starts hitting Shin. Just then her mom comes, and the knife hits her, and she dies. But while dying, she says that she also got those glasses. "Son, it's not your fault. I didn't find out because of your drawing." Her mom had already got the glasses, where she had seen that her dad's relationships were not only with her aunt but also with 36 other women outside. In the present, Shin goes to kill Gu-jin, but Shin gets stabbed with the knife and starts flying in the air. Then she falls down and gets up and stabs Gu-jin with the knife. But Gu-jin does something even while dying. Everyone comes to their senses and starts running from there because she had hypnotized everyone. Then we see that all this was happening on the school roof. Then Juk runs to pick up the glasses, but Shin stops him. And now what teacher Gu-jin had done, its effect starts. Everyone is able to see each other's S lines without glasses. And then we are shown a scene a year later. People now travel in the metro wearing helmets because they have a lot of S lines on their heads. If people see them, they will judge them, saying, "Look man, there are so many S lines, I don't know what he's like." So now people are hiding their faces because they can't hide the S line. Shin is very happy. Before, she used to see the lines, but now the whole world has started seeing them. There is no line on Shin. No one knows where these S lines came from, but we know that teacher Gu-jin did all this. Seo has also recovered. There are 0 S lines on her head too, because the dirty old man who did wrong with her is dead. But Juk has not told her anything about this yet. Shin still comes to Jinseo's memorial in his memory, and there she meets teacher Gu-jin, who says a name in her ear, and with this, our drama ends.